Double your money. Double your pleasure. Call the cards right. You'll win a treasure on Card Sharks. And here's the host of Card Sharks, Jim Perry.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Janice. Welcome to Card Sharks. Good to have you here. Oh, that's nice. That's very kind. Amy Matson, I got the feeling that you were frightened by a commercial there. Double your money, double your pleasure. We thank you. Amy Matson of Norfolk, Virginia, for that opening poem. Now let's get to the cards. Ladies, deal 2 brand new decks of cards, and we'll meet our players on Card Sharks. Linda Aldred, our champion. Hi, Linda.
Hi, Jim.
Good to see you again.
Nice to see you.
And won't you again remind us about yourself?
My name is Linda Aldred. I live in Bakersfield, California. I am originally from Houston, Texas. I am a loan officer for a mortgage company, and I played pro football when I was in college for a girls' team.
A ladies' pro football team. That's a sensational story. You're a good player, too, Linda. You've won $1,900 here in one match on Card Sharks.
I've enjoyed it.
Good. We're meeting the challenger for the first time, M.L. Smith. Hello, M.L. Nice to meet you, sir.
Yes, sir. I'm M.L. Smith, formerly ex-champion in wrestling, wore the German on my rope at all times, was jailed a few times for it, but that's over with. I am now living in...
Now, wait a minute. Let's not go any further here. You were a professional wrestler, and you must have been... You were a bad guy?
I was the villain.
The villain, yes? When was this?
Back in the 40s and the 50s.
In the 40s, you were going around as like that kind of... What was the name of your character?
The name?
Yeah.
I wrestled on the Hans Schmidt.
Hans Schmidt in the 40s. Oh, it's a wonder you're here, M.L. But it's all make-believe, though, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, now tell us about what are you doing now, sir?
I'm now affiliated with a major auto dealership in Covina, California, and I now have just one wife and 3 children and 2 grandchildren.
Good. You know, when you gave up your career as a wrestler, did you ever think about becoming a ring announcer? You sound like a ring announcer to me, M.L.
Well, I tell you, with my bad English, I couldn't be nothing like that, so I'm just going to take what I got now.
Oh, you sound good. Good to have you here with us, sir. Good luck to both of you. And the cards have been shuffled. The players cut them. Linda, the champion, will play the upper cards, the red cards. And M.L., the challenger, plays the lower cards, the blue cards. We start the best 2 out of 3 match with a question to you, Linda. We found 100 newlywed men. These are all men who have been married less than a year. And we asked them, as you were walking down the aisle, did you have any second thoughts? How many men said they did have second thoughts?
I know my husband told me he had second thoughts, but they were before he walked down the aisle. It was like that was almost too far.
Oh, I see.
So I'm going to say it's a relatively low number, 21.
21. You figure by that time they're committed, huh?
Right.
She says 21, M.L. Higher or lower?
I know it's going to be higher because I know I got about 3 of them on my mind at all times.
Okay. If it is higher, M.L., you'll go to the board first. If not, it'll be Linda. And the actual number of newlywed men who had second thoughts as they walked down the aisle is 10. Not higher. Yes, Linda. I think you were right in your logic. If you've gotten that far, you are committed.
Definitely.
Linda, you'll start with a 2.
Love it. Higher than the 2.
Higher than a 2. An
Oh, lower than the ace.
ace. And lower, yes, a 6.
Freeze.
Freezing it. We move over the freeze bar, and we can't take those cards away from you, and that keeps M.L. away from his cards. M.L., your first question. Nice question for a gentleman. We asked 100 striptease dancers, can you twirl tassels? How many strippers said they can twirl tassels? You do know what that is, twirling tassels.
I would say there wouldn't be too many, but I'll put it up to 53 because the rest of them just don't have the shove in them.
Okay, if you got the shove, you can twirl. Linda, he says 53 strippers can twirl their tassels.
Having no personal experience in strip teasing, I don't think all of them know how to twirl. So I'm going to say it's a little bit lower.
Lower.
Yes.
The actual number of strippers who had the shove and could twirl their tassels is 47, just a little lower. Linda.
Please get rid of the 6.
You won the question. You have the right to change it, changing the 6 to a 5.
Little bit better card. I'm going to say higher.
Higher than a 5? Yes,
Oh!
a 6.
I'm going to freeze.
Freezing, and as Linda needs
Have to
one
freeze.
card for the first game of the match. Linda, we asked 100 people who own dogs. Oh, listen to this question. People who own dogs. Have you ever kissed your dog on the lips? How many dog owners said yes?
I have 2 dogs, and I have kissed my dogs, not on the lips. But a lot of people are fanatics, so...
Like my wife.
I'm going to say 40.
40
Yes.
dog owners have
Good
kissed
number.
their dog on the lips.
I am going to say kissing on the lips like that. A lot of women would, but it's got to be lower.
Lower. The actual number of dog owners who've kissed their dog on the lips is 46, not lower. Linda, you're very close again.
Please change the 6.
Again, she does not like the 6. And you get a jack.
Lower than the jack.
Lower than a jack for the first game in the match? Yes! With a 7, and Linda wins it. Game 1 and $100 to the champion. We'll set up for game 2 coming up right after this commercial break. She kept beating you to those questions, ML. And we're back. Janice is dealing out the same 2 decks of cards. These are the next cards off the top of the deck. Game 1 to the champion, Linda. So, ML, you need this game. And we start with a question to you. We asked 100 women who have dated a married man. ML, did you ever get so angry at your man that you threatened to tell his wife about your relationship? How many women who have been dating a married man said yes, they have?
They were in trouble anyway, and I would believe that they would be a little low on that, like 41.
41 would tell the wife about the relationship.
I think if you're in that kind of a situation and you get desperate, that you would threaten it. So I think it's going to be a little bit higher.
Higher than that?
Yes.
The actual number of women who have threatened to tell their boyfriend's wife about their relationship is 8. Not higher at all. ML. I guess they figure that the relationship, they feel they owe them that. Interesting. ML, you'll start with a jack.
I will go lower.
Lower, did you say, sir? I didn't hear.
Lower.
Higher?
Higher.
Higher?
No, lower. Lower. Lower, 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 lower.
Make a decision, ML.
Lower.
He says lower than a jack, and he's right with a 9.
I'll freeze.
Freezing it, taking that 1 card advantage over Linda. Linda, the question to you.
Right.
We asked 10-year-old kids, what part of Jimmy Durante's body was his most famous feature? How many 10-year-olds knew that he was famous for his nose?
I have a 10-year-old niece, and I don't even think she knows who Jimmy Durante is. So I'm going to guess that that's a relatively low number. I'm going to say 18.
18 10-year-olds knew that Jimmy Durante had a famous nose.
I believe he had a good piece of meat on his body, and it's got to be higher.
Higher. A good piece of meat on his body. The actual number of 10-year-olds who knew Jimmy Durante was famous for his nose is 12. It's not higher, Linda. And we'll get a first look at your base card, Linda. A 3.
I like that 3. Higher than the 3, please.
Higher than a 3. It is the
Oh,
queen.
I like the queen. Lower.
Lower than a queen. No, a king. And you lose both cards back to the base card. And ML, a chance to play off the 9.
I'd like to change that card.
Oh, you
please.
didn't win the question. You cannot change it. You must play off the 9, so make a call on this one.
Yes, I'll play the odds, and it's got to be lower.
Lower than a 9. Oh, no, it's a king. Couldn't take advantage of it. Janice will fill in the spaces. And question 3 goes to you, ML. We asked 100 driving instructors. Has your driver's license ever been suspended? How many driving instructors admitted that their license had been suspended?
I believe they're just like other people and have no more brains than I got or you got, and it's got to be around 7.
7. 7 have had their license suspended.
I think it's going to be lower because if they had their license suspended, they probably wouldn't be able to teach the driving.
Well, let's find out. The actual number of driving instructors who have had their driver's license suspended is 5. You're right, Linda. It's lower.
I'm gonna keep the 3 and go higher.
Higher than a 3 or an
Oh,
ace. Lower than an ace. It is a 10.
freeze.
And we'll freeze it. Linda needs 2 cards. ML needs 3. We are at sudden death. Someone has to win with this play of the cards. And this question decides that all-important control. Linda, our man on the street, went to Italy, where he polled 100 people in Milan. He asked them, do you think most politicians are basically honest? How many Italians said most politicians are honest?
I don't think that's going to be a high number because a lot of people don't think politicians are honest. I'm going to say 11.
11. She says 11 Italians said that politicians are honest.
I got to say, with the mafia going their way and everything, it's got to be really higher.
You say higher.
Yes.
That is, how many think they're honest? Yes? And you say higher.
Yes.
Okay. The actual number of people in Milan who said most politicians are basically honest is 12. It is higher by 1. ML. Now, ML, you have a 9. You need 3 cards. Linda has a 10. She needs only 2 cards. But you've got the decision. Do you want to play it or pass it?
I'm going to pass.
You're going to pass it to Linda. Linda, you cannot change it. You must play the 9. You must play the 10. You need them both. One mistake, ML wins the game and ties it up.
I'm going to go with the odds and say lower.
Lower than a 10. Yes, a 5.
Higher!
If this is higher, you've won the championship. No, and ML wins it in sudden death. It's lower than the 5, and you've tied it up, ML. Well, set up for the tiebreaker. Each player with 1 game and $100, and in the tiebreaker, just 3 cards up there and 3 questions here. Question to you, ML. We asked 100 window washers who work on skyscrapers. Are you afraid of flying? How many window washers said they're afraid of flying?
I believe they're already flew enough, all right, so that'd be about 17.
17 window washers are afraid of flying.
I'm going to say it's lower because if they're out there in the open on a building, I don't see how they could be scared being up in a plane.
Okay. The actual number of window washers who are afraid of flying is 9. Very much lower. Linda, you've got control in the tiebreaker, starting with a 7.
Please get rid of the 7.
Changing the 7 to a king.
Good
Great
change. Lower than the king.
Lower than a king. A queen.
Oh, lower than the queen.
For the championship, lower. She's right. And Linda wins it. And Linda, congratulations. ML, you're not leaving us empty-handed. You've got $100 and some parting gifts. Thank you for joining us. ML Smith, thank you, sir. Linda, come on down here. Way to go.
Yay.
Yay, yay, Linda. She's going to get a crack at the money cards right after this. He made a good comeback. Our champion, Linda Aldred, has over $2,000 now, but you're going for the big money.
You better believe it.
And you still feel lucky.
I still feel lucky.
Let's open the board and get to the money cards. Come on, Linda. I hope you're right. I really do. All right, the money cards have been shuffled and cut, and starting with the $200 we'll give you on the bottom line, we'll give you these 3 cards. Move up to the second level, we'll give you another $200 of betting money and 3 more cards. Minimum bets of $50 till you get to the top card, the big bet, and there you must bet at least half the money. We're all with you, Linda. Buy your own football team. Here's $200. As in the game, you have a choice of 2 base cards to start with. You can, of course, change your base card as you move up to the next 2 levels if you need to. With $200, you have a 10.
I'd like to change the 10s.
Next card off the top of the deck, you have to play this one. A 5. Better card.
I'm going to bet $100 higher than the 5.
$100 higher than a 5? No, it's a 4.
That's okay.
Go down to $100 with a 4.
I'm going to bet $100 that it's higher than the 4.
Let's see a face card now. $100 higher than a 4. A
Yes.
10. You got it. $200.
I'm going to bet $100 it's lower than the 10.
$100 lower than a 10? Yes!
Yes!
A 5. And you didn't have too many good cards, but you came out of it very well with $300. Up goes the 5.
I'd like
$200
to change
more
the 5, please.
You want to change it? You've got the other $200. You're up to $500. And this card, a 2.
Good card. I'm going to bet all of it. It's higher than the 2.
$500 higher than a 2. Yes!
Yes!
For the queen. At $1,000.
I'm going to bet $750 that it's lower than the queen.
$750 lower than a queen.
Yes!
With an 8. 1750, Linda, but you're right up the middle.
$100 higher than the 8. I don't like 8s.
$100 higher than that 8. She's right. Up to $1850 and up goes the jack. Big decision now, Linda. Do you want to play that jack for the big bet?
I think I'll keep the jack.
Then you must bet at least $925. You have $1850 and a jack. What's your big bet?
I haven't seen any kings or aces, and so I think I'm going to bet $1,000 that it's lower than the jack.
Big bet, $1,000 lower than a jack. No. But you held back, and it came out ahead at $850, Linda. That's not too bad. Tough card there at the jack. That's a tough decision. Should I play it or should I change it? But with that other $850, Linda, you're now up to $2,950.
Oh, that's great!
And she's still playing great. We'll meet a new challenger right after this. Okay, Linda, you ready?
I'm ready.
2 brand new decks of cards being dealt out and a new challenger on Card Sharks. Gloria Johnson. Hello, Gloria. Well, you're a nice tall lady. How tall are you?
About 5'8".
Nice size for a Gloria Johnson. Tell us about yourself.
Oh, my name is Gloria Johnson. I'm originally from Guyana, South America. I came to this country initially to study law. I got my first law degree in the United States.
Congratulations.
Then I did a postgraduate degree in Brussels, Belgium. Here I am now in Southern California working for a major insurance company.
Are you still pursuing the law, though? Getting a chance to do the law anymore?
Well, not at the moment, but I plan on going into it eventually.
Good.
It's pretty difficult in Southern California.
Cool. Well, good luck. Nice to have you here with us, Gloria.
Thank you very much.
You'll play the lower cards, the blue cards. Linda, the upper cards, the red cards. And Linda, we asked 100 bachelors, if your date slapped you in the face and you didn't deserve it, would you slap her back? How many bachelors said they would slap her back?
That happened to a friend of mine, but I would hope that most men would be gentlemanly enough not to do that. So I'm going to say it's a relatively low number, 14.
14 bachelors would slap the date back if she slapped him for the wrong reason.
I tend to disagree with that. I know that most men, because of their strength, would not hit a woman, even though most women provoke men a lot. But I still think it would be a little higher than that.
It was kind of you to say about women provoking, though, Gloria. Thank you. You say higher. The actual number of indignant bachelors who, if their date slapped them and they didn't deserve it, would slap her back is 59! Oh, Gloria! Oh, my goodness. Linda, you were very naive about that one.
Definitely so.
Gloria, you're starting with a 5.
I'll change that card.
And you can. You won the question. You've got a 10.
Ooh, that's not such a good change. But nevertheless, I say it's a little lower.
Lower than a 10. Oh, no, another 10. It is not lower. And a free chance for Linda to play an 8.
Up the middle of the road, I'm going to say higher.
And, of course, she knows she cannot change it. She didn't win the question. Higher than an 8?
Oh.
No, a 5. Could not take advantage of it and will fill in the spaces. Gloria, your first question. Gloria, we asked 100 waitresses. You ever been a waitress when you're working your way through college?
No, I haven't.
Well, we asked 100 waitresses, has another waitress ever stolen one of your tips? How many waitresses said yes?
You know, unfortunately, waitresses are not paid very much. And I'm sure that even though most of them would not like another one to do it to her, or him, her, you know, I'm sure that quite a few waitresses have done it. And I would say that maybe 24 have.
24 waitresses have had their tips stolen.
I was a waitress when I was in college, and no one ever stole my tips. But I was just lucky. But I'm going to say it's a little bit higher.
You say higher.
Yes.
The actual number of waitresses who have had their tips stolen by another waitress is 45. You're right, Linda. It's higher.
Please get rid of the 8.
Now Linda wants to change that 8, and she can. To a
Good.
3.
I'm going to say higher.
Higher than a 3. Yes, a 10.
I'm going to freeze.
You'll freeze it?
Yes.
Linda has that 1 card advantage in game 1, and we're going to take time out for a brief message of importance. Please watch. They pay the bills. Well, we don't have time to continue the match now. You two are getting nicely acquainted there. I guess you get acquainted backstage, right?
Definitely.
Must give you mixed emotions about playing against someone who in many ways becomes a friend, huh?
everybody pulls for themselves and for their opponent.
That's
Just
nice. That's a good way to feel.
friends.
We get some nice people down here. We're very grateful. Hope you come back and join all of us next time on Card Sharks. Bye-bye.
A representative of the studio audience will receive an assortment of Time Life, How to Do It books, colorful and authoritative books on gardening, cooking, home repair, boating, and photography. And some of our contestants will receive from Amity, a man's leather set featuring the genuine body billfold and bandito cowhide. So soft and flexible, it conforms to every body. Amity. And Hamilton Beach's revolutionary new 2001 space-age electronic computer blender. Touch controls for 16-speed selection, timer, digital readouts from Hamilton Beach Scoville, and a selection of Tenti products, the great new building set from Hasbro. With Tenti, it's a snap to be a better builder. And West Clocks looks ahead in time. The smartly styled, compact, Big Ben, solid-state, LED, digital, AM, FM, instant-on clock radio. West Clocks by Tally Industries. This is Gene Wood speaking for Card Sharks. A Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production.